How's everyone doing out there today? I'm Dissonance. Thanks for tuning into my channel. We have a little bit of an update today. This is day 6 of the Alpha Wave 3 challenge. And let's see, we spent day 5 pretty much just farming. I was trying to collect enough alchemy stones to ascend a lot of my heroes. And in the process, I ended up filling out a massive amount of legendary champions and their awakenings. I think the balance of legendary champions versus alchemy stone drops might be a little bit off, but that's okay. We have a lot more unascended legendary champions ready to roll. We did end up, after farming pretty much all of my energy at day 5 on heroes, on some skill tomes, and also some weapons. I did have a pretty big gap in weapons, and I think I really should have started farming some of them earlier, because they really are really necessary for enhancing the builds. There's a lot of accuracy that you can get from a weapon. There's a lot of, say, HP percentage or attack percentage or crit damage, I guess more specifically on an attack-based champion. You know, with the flat attack stats. A lot of stats that you can get from weapons that I was not taking advantage of. So we've done that. We got through 142, which definitely used to be the hardest wave. I think this wave that I have running in the background right now, 149, wave 3, I believe is currently the most difficult wave. It gets to a certain point where it will just run an endless loop. I let it go for about 20 minutes once, and then I said, okay, I need to reformulate something. So there we are. We made it through 142 with basically just a team full of max awakening legendaries. I think I was running Shamash and Isis with Dracula and Hercules for that one. I don't have great gear. I wanted to get 142 on farm so that I could start accumulating a lot of that speed gear and a lot of the accuracy gear. But at some point overnight and not very far into the night, I did lose a battle. So that was a little bit unfortunate. I woke up and I still had most of the energy that I went to bed with, so no new gear there. So instead, after I got home from work today, which is why this video is out a little bit later than normal, I am back to work. We are trying 149 again, with different units. So I thought basically you could see this wave and look at all of the buffs that are just constantly up all the time. I said, okay, what if we took some of the other buff stealing units, right? I have Hell, who is a curse unit. Curse can reduce the healing effect. And I have the Green Knight, who can steal buffs. The problem I'm running into is if he goes to steal the buffs on the Sphinx, it will get resisted, even at 250 plus accuracy. I think that right there is actually the first time I have killed a unit on this wave. But we'll get back to the changes I made after that. Green Knight will get resisted on the Sphinx because of the resistance up. And for some reason, whenever he tries to steal buffs from anybody else, it hasn't been doing anything. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if the reflect can reflect the buff steal action. That is something that I don't know the answer to. Occasionally it reflects the taunt back onto himself, and he starts then hitting himself and applying drain from his basic ability to himself. I'm also not sure if that's intended, but that has been happening a lot. I wanted to see if I could catch it on video here while we're doing this. But you can see we successfully killed the Sphinx, and it's almost as if nothing happened at all. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to gear up a different units, and we'll get right back to it. So you can see here that I have a ton of different units, all rank 6 from all of the alchemy stone farming that I was trying to do. Thankfully, they gave us some red alchemy stones to make up for the missing strength farming points. That was very nice. We got a couple of max ascensions here, but I'm still missing some of the cunning and some of the wisdom. So we haven't really been able to utilize some of these heroes properly. Now, some of the units that I was thinking of for buff stealing would be obviously Green Knight. We tried. You can see he has a good chunk of speed, 250 accuracy, which is the most I've ever put on a build, and he's getting resisted left and right, or sometimes the ability just doesn't seem to do anything, even if it doesn't give the resisted text. We have Maria Morevna, who I thought would be interesting because of her ability to ignore shield, barrier, and immortal. So I think that could be quite useful for trying to finish off some of the enemies on that wave, seeing how there is immortal and there is shield up much or all of the time. We will also be reducing the defense of the target permanently and ignoring defense because they're always going to be under 2 buffs. So I think she could come into play big time here. So we're going to try her out, and I think I didn't have enough rank up materials before, so let's make sure we get her to rank 6 so it's a good test. Oh, and the last unit that I was thinking about trying out here was Bauk. The ultimate ability here attacks 3 times with a chance to steal 2 random buffs if you're under Vanish. So we can give that a try too. We'll move some gear over and we'll come back when we're in the run. Okay, we have given Bauk the gear from Green Knights. The only thing that doesn't quite make sense here anymore is the Horus imprints, because Bauk is not applying a taunt. But otherwise, all the same, we have accuracy, HP, more accuracy, and speed. Specifically, I did that on the Green Knight because he cannot crit on his ultimate ability here. It's always a normal hit. So we just opted for full HP instead. His main job was to steal the buffs, and that was just not happening. So we're going to try again here with our new unit in his place, and we'll see what happens on wave 3. Okay, we're back here at wave 3. We have cycled all of the basic abilities around to make sure we have cooldowns, and we're gonna give it our best shot here. Let's see. I think what we need to do is take out the Quetzalcoatl first. We want to use this ability here to bring up the Vanish. We also get a nice Despair. We can nuke here. Heimdall is probably my biggest nuker actually at this point. a nice amount of damage there. Now we should use the ultimate first. Did weak hit on that, unfortunately. Okay, we have curses up, but they are going to get turns and start purifying their way through. And also a ton of healing. So the only one we can attack now. This is why it's so difficult. We can't attack the Quetzalcoatl while we have a lot of progress made. So we're under vanish here. Let's do that. It didn't look like we stole anything. There was no resist. It did not look like we stole anything. See, we might be able to get enough damage in. All right, let's use this ability here. We are almost back to the ultimate, so we'll have the vanish up for that. We've also temporarily stopped the Sphinx from using the ultimates, and perhaps we can get back around in time. Let's go ahead and steal those right now. We stole one. It looks like we stole one. Let's see if we can take more. Get that massive barrier up, and we just got to cut through a little bit more of that healing. All right, here we go. This is looking like something, maybe. But we just don't have the speed to get multiple turns in. We can't really lap them, so we need to be doing more damage. They redirect our hits constantly back and forth, and yeah, it seems like this strategy is just not going to cut it either. We might have to go towards a good old-fashioned single target ally attack and nuke, and just rerun it until I can survive through the waves. But yeah, that's where we are at day 6. I'm gonna do my best to get through this wave and get on to the final boss coming up for tomorrow's recap video, so stay tuned for that. And it turns out I did not in fact have enough food available to rank up Maria, so I'll have to do a little bit more farming for that as well. So perhaps tomorrow we'll go cover what we did to actually get through wave 149, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.